Happy.
How are you, sir?
Oh, I am tired, dude. I am tired. It has been a day driving back and forth. Detroit. Haley came and hung out, checking out some things out at the Fantastic Collection. It was a great day, but there's lots of driving involved, and lots of looking through books and books and books and books and books. But it was a fun day, and it's good to be here now. It's good to be here and chill and relax. And I'm sitting down and I'm not driving all the time. I can just chill. So it's a good day. How about you, man?
Well, I just got out of packaging hell. I got at a claim sale this past weekend. It was a good time.
Hmm.
As I got done wrapping packages today, we did schoolwork with the youngest. I actually went out hunting. I picked up about a long box of comic books, so that was
Cool.
eventful. And yeah, we're here to do what was this claim sale etiquette? Claim
Claim sale etiquette, Q&A, all the fun stuff.
Jess,
Hey,
Chris,
Jess.
how are you guys?
Mm. Thanks for joining, everybody. Without further ado, let's get it to boom. I just kind of noticed something, and it's definitely on the more sad news front, obviously. But I just saw in our preview by Posh, it was a scene from Ahsoka where she's in a lightsaber battle with Ray Stevenson, and he has passed away.
I heard about that
Um,
today. I heard about that.
yeah, yeah.
Sucks.
At the age of 58, he was young, dude. I mean, that's to me, that's not an old person. He was Volstagg in all three of the Thor movies. Uh, Valen Skull in Ahsoka. He voiced Gar Saxon in Star Wars Rebels and the Clone Wars. He was in Superhero Squad. He played the Punisher in the cartoon Superhero Squad. I don't know if you remember that cartoon. It was really great for little kids. Everybody was, these little Marvel characters, and at any rate, very accomplished actor in our sphere, and very sad news. But I just saw him there in our preview, and I was just like, oh man, should start off with a, you know, that's rest in peace, great actor, gone too soon, 100%. And because I was really pumped to see him, because I mean, he had that Darth Vader like scene in Ahsoka, just coming down the
Right,
hall with the
right.
full grabbing and throwing people and that orange lightsaber. I was pumped, and that's just sad news. Just sad news. Ah, ah. Sorry to start off the whole thing with such a buzzkill, guys. But it's just sad news, and want
Yeah,
to
no, it's
recognize.
unfortunate. Um, yeah, thoughts and prayers with his family for sure.
Absolutely,
For sure.
absolutely. That said, speaking
Okay,
of family, get to it. Family
before we get
wise,
into
family,
this,
our Instagram fam. My goodness gracious.
uh, all right,
So, this is the man. Theo's the claim sale dude when it comes to all these questions and conversations we can have with this. So I am here to learn. And that said, both.
ah, ah,
Thank you.
appreciate you. Thank you.
I appreciate that more than he does
Well, I know
because
you
I
appreciate
do
it.
this to hide what little bit I've got left. This guy's got just locks for days over here to, what is this? Yeah, there we go. That's the better direction. I'm over here just trying to disguise and have fun with the last bits that I've got left.
Hey, and
So
beards. Look at that. You got the beards and the hair. Come on.
we're just gonna
Nice.
start. We're gonna start a whole new different kind of grooming chat. That's gonna be the next thing we do.
Well, we are here to talk about this upcoming weekend.
Mhm.
I will be in Michigan with my co-host here, Phil, for the Fantas collection.
Mm.
So this will be the first in-person claim sale that I've ever done, not including Comic Cons. Those don't count. Those are kind of on the fly, a little unorthodox, spotty internet. This will be the first one where I'll be flying across the country to do specifically a claim sale. So this segment, we will be talking about claim sale etiquette, and I guess you guys can say the process of it all. So
this is my first legit claim
questions
sale.
about-
Period. This is my
Yeah.
first.
If anybody has any questions about a claim sale, you let us know in the chat. I'll do my best to answer every single question, but I'm just going to go over some of the basics. That way, anybody watching this on the replay, anybody that's never been on Instagram or never been in a claim sale and doesn't know what to do, this is what we're going to talk about right here. Okay.
And specifically in this case, Instagram, because those that are catching this on the rewind, if you are watching this close to the weekend, make sure you're watching us on Instagram, because we will be going live all the freaking time. Like it's going to be probably, honestly, it's going to be a marathon. It's going to be just constantly live. So you be prepared for your phone to be constantly on IG. Holy crap. Good Lord. Good Lord. Let's see here. Questions. So is this an Instagram claim sale? Yes.
So yes, and we'll start there, right? So this is going to be on Instagram. Make sure you guys follow Rage Theo, One True Nerd King on Instagram. You'll know that we're live when you see our logo kind of like pulsating and it has a live icon. Okay. You may not see it at the top. Sometimes you have to refresh your feed and then you see everyone's logos that have stories. But you guys will notice if you've been on Instagram, it shows who's live, right? And we will most likely will be up there. But to truly find us, go to our page, click on our logo, and you'll go right into the sale.
So
number two,
if we're pulsating, check us out.
If we're pulsating, you know we're number two, though, you can turn on live notifications. If you go on Instagram, there's a 3-tab button in the top right. If you click on that, it'll say post notifications, story notifications, live notifications. You're going to want to turn on the live notifications. That way you get, I think, a double alert. So you get 2 alerts on that. Also, oh, he's showing you. There you go.
There you go. Right up there.
Look at the bell, right? It's the bell or the buttons?
See, it's just, yeah, right up there. It's the little dots. Well, I mean, the bell too. The bell will give you the alerts, but
so there you go.
You can turn on all those things, all those wonderful things. And if you just want to see like, oh, gosh, I hate it. Like, granted, I can't do this for myself, but you're like, I don't want to watch any of Phil's reels because that's all he ever makes. You can turn everything else on green and not ever have to worry about seeing my face in a terrible reel. So, you can always do that too.
There you go. So yeah, so Rage Theo on Instagram, One True Nerd King Instagram. Now, when you guys go into the live sale, okay, when you go into the live sale, there will be a plethora of books for the choosing. There will be letters.
A wall.
There will be books on each letter. Every book will have a grade and a price. If you see something that you like, you put claim and the letter. It's pretty simple. Now, the one thing I do got to tell people for Instagram, having your comment get filtered is a pretty common thing. So if we don't see your comment or we don't call out your name or something like that, we're not ignoring you. 99% chance you got filtered. So you're going to want to go ahead and comment again, maybe put in the word test so that we can acknowledge that we see you and then try it again.
And doesn't that filter usually come from the like people hopping in and out? It's not your fault. It's not your connection. It's not us. Like Theo was saying, we weren't hating. It was just 100%. as new people join, it gives that little alert, so and so joined, so and so joined. So, and it kind of overwrites that, right?
Right, right.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I mean, and that's another thing too. Like I said, we're never going to ignore you. You know, not to sound like a salesman, but we definitely want your money. So don't think because you put in something, it's not that, you know, we don't like you or you made a low ball offer. There's really no such thing as a low ball offer. We'll just tell you we can't do that, or we'll make you a counter. So if you see something that you like, put, let's say A is $100, you want to spend 75, but offer A 75, and we'll let you know if, okay, we can accept that, or no, we'll make a counter, etc. Right?
Yeah. Yep.
Try to reduce the requests for books, as there's a crap ton of books. So we'll do our best with that, but try not to put in like a request for particular books. Like I said, we'll do our best. If you send us DMs in advance, we'll do our best to make sure those are readily available.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say, what else? Well, I mean, this is probably a really big thing. If you put in claim and somebody else puts in claim, just because we called out the person that was after you, it doesn't mean like we didn't see you or that you didn't get it. It's just that whenever you put in a comment on Instagram, you always appear first on your screen. That may not be the case for us on the internet that we're on and the devices that we're using. So I want everybody to know that. We're not saying, oh, we don't want to give the sale to, you know, for example, Legion here, okay? Even though Legion on his screen put in the claim first, if Super Jess is the next one on his screen, that doesn't mean we ignore them. That just means on our end, that's who came up first.
Mm-hmm.
Full claims always take priority. So if somebody puts in an offer and we put a counter offer, but right after that, somebody says, well, claim a full price. That's it. The person that claimed a full price, they get it. End of discussion. Full claims always take priority.
Correct.
Don't be afraid to make offers. Don't be afraid to do bundle deals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you say, hey, would you do A through L for example, $1,000 or something? We'll take a minute. We'll ask the guys to the side. We'll see what they like. We'll bust out a calculator and we'll say yes or no.
Yep.
Man, there's so much. There's so much. I want to say it may take a little bit of time for the guys we're working with to tally up all the orders, to find you on Instagram. So what will really help is if you guys send a DM to the Fantastic Comics, we'll pin their name.
Actually, I'm going to be running those. I'll be running the
so we'll pin their name.
Actually, I'll take care of that.
Live sale, or you'll see their names mentioned in a claim post. So make sure you send them a DM saying, "Hey, I claimed some books. Here's my information." That will speed up a lot of the process. That
actually, it'll be coming from One True Nerd King. It'll be coming from One True Nerd King.
Okay, so you guys can just message Phil and say, "Hey, Super Jess here. I claimed books on Friday. DM me when you're ready to invoice."
Yep, because that way then that's going to make it a little bit easier for Darren and the Fantastic team to concentrate on getting the shipping and portions settled. And then Theo and I can help keep track of, since you all follow us already, we have a lot more of those relationships with you already. So you guys will be able to catch us a lot more quickly than trying to track down another account. Jump in the DMs. That's a lot harder for somebody that's never done that before to manage. And between Theo and I, we're unfortunately, you probably catch us in your DMs a lot already. So, you know, that should be a good thing to really help out with.
So shout out Legion. He says, why are you guys doing this sale? Were you asked to do this sale? So long story short, we're helping out an individual who inherited a extremely large amount of comic books. Number one. And number two, yes, we were asked to do this. We did not ask to do this.
Yeah, this really came from our interview. Legion, if you get the chance, we did have an interview with Darren in the topic of the Selling Superman. It was a preview that was going around the internet at the time a few months ago. And really, I think it all came from the fact that we were really asking questions about, like, you know, what the books meant to him and what was going on in the industry and with each other. We had a great time. It was like a 2-hour conversation, connected a lot. Had the opportunity to go out and check out the collection myself because I live in the Michigan area. And, you know, Darren got to talk with us obviously so much during that conversation. He really felt like we might be a couple people that might enjoy, coming in and hanging out, checking out the collection, and really trying to bring that to the community. A lot of people sell, a lot of people have conversations, a lot of people are just concerned about the numbers, but we had the opportunity to really connect and make some friends. And I think that that's very important to Darren, is the friends that he makes in this industry. And we're very blessed with a good friend, blessed with a cool situation, and really just mostly excited to be a part of this story, because like Theo said, it's a huge collection. So, and at the same time too, this isn't the only one. This is the first one. This is going to be our first sale, and it's not going to be the only sale, because there are tens of hundreds of thousands of books. You're talking the million level of books, and that doesn't just go away in one weekend claim sale. There's just
I wish.
Theo's good, okay, and even with my help, that's a bit much. Plus,
challenge accepted.
Plus, though, Darren's not cashing out. That's not what this is. This isn't like a claim sale of guys trying to get out of the collection. He's trying to expand the collection. He's trying to elevate, those things and recycle that money in, just like we do for ourselves, right? We all have books in our collection that we sell to get bigger books, right? That's the name of the game. That's actually responsible collecting. And that's really what's going on right now with the Fantastic Collection. Nobody's calling out Phil and Theo to be like, that's it, we're like somebody who's just selling a collection. That's not what this is. This is about moving a lot of this plethora of books to continue to build a very special collection that will be something that people can enjoy and see, and hopefully really get to experience more and more, and hopefully we have a chance to help you guys experience those things too, because there's gonna be some pretty cool stuff moving in and out of this collection that we're gonna look forward to showing you, giving people opportunities to enjoy and maybe be a part of, maybe add to your own collection. So it'll be pretty neat.
Yeah, back to the comments getting filtered. Legion makes a good point. Use the emojis to beat the algorithm. Try to avoid money signs, as I do agree. IG has a history of blocking those types of messages. So, like I said, just put claim A, or put would you do A 575, leave out the $sign on there. Mm-hmm. Left Rose, how are you, sir? Appreciate you. And Mr. Bombtastic, yeah, that's cool. You guys are taking time in your schedule to fly across the country and help out an individual who needs help in the community. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, I sympathize with Darren's story. I wouldn't do this for just anybody. So yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be a good opportunity. That, and anybody that's been in one of my claim sales, I don't have the opportunity to bring the type of variety and like high caliber books as this collection contains.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, it's kind of a once in a lifetime opportunity, if I'm being quite honest. I've hunted a long time, guys, and coming across a collection like this does not happen every day. That I can promise you.
There's so many different variety of books. I mean, you've got golden, you've got silver, we've got bronze, we've got to mid 90s modernish. That's really where it kind of stops, is the mid 90s. But at the end of the day, there's the obscure stuff too, like the what is it, the Tale of Mr. Peanut. There's like a Planter's Peanut actual comic in there from like back in the 40s. There's all kinds of crazy things, and that's some of the cool parts of it too, right? Is sometimes you're going to see something on that wall, you're like, I did not even know that existed. And honestly, that's probably the biggest challenge of this collection, is there's so many things that I just looked at. I'm like, I didn't even know this existed at all. I had no idea. It's constant education, so it's really neat. It's really neat. I was very excited to see all the things that are going on in there. And there's just going to be things for every price point too. There's going to be some stuff we're going to post in pictures. So please keep an eye on not just when we're live, but look at our posts, because there are some things that should be very affordable that we're going to be putting out in pictures. So we can really concentrate on the claim sale with the live conversation. We'll try and put, like, if there's like a lot of things that are $30 and they're in the same kind of concept, or $20 kind of situation, we'll post a lot of that stuff in pictures, and we'll make sure that that stuff's out there too. So keep those in mind as well.
Another thing that I want to tell you guys, and I actually just thought of this, and this is where you guys might be able to say that I'm helping you out as the buyer. If you don't want to make an impulsive claim, what you can do is take a screenshot of the live while you're in there of the book that you want, leave the sale, go to eBay, go to Cover Price, go collect, whatever you like to do, go get a price in your head, check out recent sales data, GPA, whatever it may be, and then come back to the live sale so you can make a proper counter offer. That I don't think I have ever been able to tell any buyers before, and I just thought of that. If you see something you like and you don't want to make the claim on the spot because you think it might be priced too high or whatever it may be, take a screenshot, go get sales data in your head, and come back and come with a crazy counter offer.
And I will say this though too about eBay: do not look at what people are selling it for, because eBay is bullshit when it comes to what they're selling it for. Look for the recent sales
and make sure
what's sold for
to back up that number, not just one at a high price with one bid. Okay, we know what they're doing. Okay, we're not going to do that. Okay, we're not going to do that.
A lot of guys out there try that crap, and honestly, that's probably some of the reasons for some of the most overpriced books in comics is people that just look at what somebody listed it for. Well, I saw it listed on eBay for $3,000. Yeah, you probably did, and that was probably your first mistake. So, always look for what it sells for.
How do you guys decide on what to sell in this collection? So I'll let Phil answer. I'll answer first. So basically, it's kind of at the discretion of the collection owner. There's some books he's putting off to the side to grade. There's some books that he says, absolutely not, I want to keep that. That's not for sale. But right now, it's kind of, he's kind of seen what I've sold. He kind of knows like what Phil likes. He kind of knows what I like. And I think he's trying to find a good compromise between the two. Well,
yeah. And he's really trying to, and that's the thing to keep in mind. I mean, this is a comic book collection that spans like 60 years, right? So, I mean, there's a lot of 60, 70, almost 80 years in some aspects of books. So we're going to have, lots of Marvel, lots of DC, obviously, mostly, but you're going to have old Western comics. We're going to have romance comics. We're going to have, like I said before, Mr. Peanut. We're going to have movie comics with like the Mystery Men and Batman from the covers from 1989 and stuff like that with Michael Keaton. And I think there was a really cool one, Theo, that I think you would like that's been popping off lately. It was actually a team up of Batman and Spider-Man from the 90s or 80s perhaps. Yeah, it was a cool book. I didn't even know it existed, but it's one of the embossed covers and
Marvel DC crossover for life.
It's in nice condition. It was a very nice condition book. And that's the other thing too. A lot of books in this collection were just put away, and this guy never touched them again, right? This was just something that until he passed, there was no idea about the kinds of books that were in here. And when Darren's father passed away, that's when the exploration started to kind of happen. And one of those first stories that we were asking about, he told us about essentially a brick of comics that he opened up, and there was no boards, there was no bags, they were just put in the original bag, and it was Giant Size X-Men 1. And of course Theo like went white. His eyes got very large. And he's like, what do you mean? There was no boards, there was no bags. There's just like, and he's just like, in Theo, and we opened it up, and there was 8 9.8s in that brick of Giant Size X-Men. And there was like a 9.6 and a terrible 9.4, and that was like the 10 books just wrapped up and thrown in this box. They were never touched again. Right. And that's the craziness of some of the things you'll see in this collection, and of course, just like every other collector, we've also, everybody's got some low grades of everything else too. But that's also, like, for me as a guy that likes raw comics, I am a low grade is better than no grade. I am a believer in that, because sometimes there's a book that I really want and I'm just like, I don't have $800 for that high level slab version of it.
Yeah.
But okay, this one's fine, and I can get it for, a tenth of the price, and it's in my collection now, and I've always wanted that. That's awesome for me too. So I'm pretty excited about that.
So Legion says, are you guys pricing books from there, or is it already completed for you? So it's already completed for us. And all the shipping is going to be done as well. Now, they are understanding that we're going to be doing this sale on Instagram. So it is basically expected that these books won't be priced like you would see them on eBay, and that a little bit of wiggle room and offers should be entertained. So
Yep.
that is going to be a given right there.
Yep. And they've been pretty excited about that too. So,
Yes,
that
monitors definitely will
yeah.
help with the sales data. Yes, sir.
Yep, we'll be there and grabbing for our own collections or PCs.
It depends. It really depends.
It's an always. I've seen Theo in elite sales before, where it's just kind of like, no,
mine,
mine. Sold. There's gonna be moments like that, I'm sure. I know that there's already been a few things that I've looked at and been like, oh man, no, it's going in the sale. It's going in the sale. There's been a couple things in there that like, I mean, I can, but I shouldn't, and I won't. Not right now. I mean, yes. So there's obviously, dude, there's hundreds of thousands of books. Of course, there's things in there that we're going to be trying to put in our PCs. If there's things in there that weren't, I mean, why would we even be coming out trying to show them to you guys? If these weren't books that we would want for ourselves, but yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff. And it's also too, like I said, there's books in there that I just didn't know existed, which I thought was really neat. Yeah, I'm 100% there. Are they allowing private buyers to come in and buy privately?
I know that's something they were doing with, like, I guess you want to say, like, accredited dealers in the beginning. I don't think so.
It'd be one of those things where we would probably want to talk to Darren about it. And, if you are interested in being one of those people, guys, in Legion, I don't know if you're speaking for yourself or if you're just opening this up for a fantastic question to ask us, reach out to Theo or I. We can always talk to Darren and his team and see if that would be something that they would humor, and set that up.
If you have a list, helps to have a list.
Yeah. And just bring that list to us and we'll get to work on that for you. Without a doubt, 100%. If there's requests people have, things that they are definitely kind of looking for as well, always cool to reach out to us and give us some ideas. And while it may not happen in this first sale scenario, there are boxes still being gone through. There are some boxes that were only went through strictly just looking for books that should be slabbed immediately, right? CGC came up, helped Darren go through things, and they all just kind of thumbed through the
everything
boxes.
that they have, right?
Not everything, no.
Yeah, they're still finding stuff, guys.
Still finding stuff. I know that there was a book specifically. I was working with Adam, who is Darren's right-hand man, and we were talking today about it. And there was a book that Darren was having Adam go and look for and try and find to add to the collection of, the future state of what this collection is building into. And I'll show the book during the live. It won't be for sale because it's definitely PC. But I remember he was looking for this book for 3-4 weeks. Adam was working on trying to get this sale secured for this book. And he just happened to be going through one of the boxes, and it was in the collection already. Nobody knew. He was just like, Darren, we don't need to buy the book. He was like, it's here. Like, all right, slab it. Let's get it in and let's get it protected and get it in that situation. So yeah, It's gonna be pretty amazing.
And yes, this is the Selling Superman collection. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes, Selling
Like I said,
Superman is the name of the documentary. This is the Fantast collection that we're specifically talking about, and that's where it's all coming from. Yeah, 100%. Let me see if I've got some of the forms that go with it. You go ahead and keep talking, Theo. I'll see what I can find here.
okay, and then in relation to claim sales, I mean, I want to say we hit on all the major points for anybody that hasn't been involved in a claim sale in the past. If anybody can think of any other questions in the chat, chime in. I'm trying to think of what else we may have missed. I want to say, well, I mean, I would say probably get ready to use, if you do plan on claiming books, get ready to use some type of electronic payment. Whether
PayPal. PayPal is what they're taking. So you're going to need to use PayPal.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so they're only doing PayPal. So if you don't have PayPal, you can't claim anything. So make sure you have PayPal. Make sure you have PayPal.
Okay. PayPal offers a lot of protection both ways. You can hear a lot about people getting scammed with a lot of other different apps, but you never hear about people, that do the business side of things with PayPal getting that same situation. So PayPal is, especially this being their first sale, their first claim sale, we're starting off, and obviously we're going to be showing a lot of crazy stuff, and there's going to be all different kinds of situations. But
most likely, I want to say it's going to be goods and services, right?
It's going to be goods and services.
Goods and services, and that's also to protect you guys. I mean, I know you'll have confidence because myself and Phil will be there. This will be your first time sending funds to the Fantast collection. Yeah. So we're trying to cover all bases and protect both parties here.
Yep. It's going to be goods and services, and that's just the smart way that's the smart way for any of us to be going about things. I mean, I don't like to use friends and family unless I'm actually buying something from somebody that I really know, that is 100% a friend or family, not just a person I friend on social media. Like, I know a lot of you guys, but at the end of the day, if I'm going to do friends and family, I would be likely to do that with somebody that's, somebody I hang out with, like Theo, on a regular basis, versus goods and services. And it's strictly just to protect you, and it's to protect myself as well. Right. So
that's a good question. Shipping costs. What will it be? And do you think that there might be free shipping on a certain amount of items?
That could be possible. I'd have to talk to Adam about it. I haven't gotten their shipping scale yet. Obviously, nobody's stupid. I mean, once people start to get to certain dollar amounts, obviously they want to do what they can for the buyers and the clients and things of that nature. But this is also when dealing with a large volume of comics. If somebody were to be like, yeah, I want that short box for that dollar amount, things like that, we'll make something work.
That's what I'm saying, like Lou, I mean, for example, like if you claimed a crap ton of books and you're like, hey, I offer this amount shipped, I don't think they'll say
no. So this is something that's really meant to debut the collection to the buyers. Payment plans, I am not aware of payment plans.
So as of right now, no. But I think, depending on how big the book is, that's something that we could talk about, Darren, when I get in there on Friday.
Exactly. That would be something we would have to really talk about with Darren. And I only say that because, Darren really is very interested in getting these books in the hands of people that care about these kinds of books and want these kinds of books in their collections. And at the end of the day, Darren is a extremely understanding and working with people kind of dude. Honestly, I've not met many people like him. And in that regard, I would never say anything's off the table, but we haven't discussed that as of right now either. There will be some bigger books out there and available, but again, too, some of these are also like going to be in this collection legacy wise for a long time. So, I mean, they have certain ones that are always going to be a part of the family as far as things go. So the books that will be for sale, I'm sure they will talk about, but that we're going to take in a case by case basis. And I'm not going to make a blanket statement of yeses or nos. I think that's going to be a case by case basis.
Okay. And will the sales be both raws and slabs?
Yes.
Yes. So there will be both.
Yep. And some of them too, I mean, some of these collections also were some of these books that came into the collection were also like, bulk, like, a comic shop maybe went out of business and, buying up that stock from a shop. And then all of a sudden you realize you've got 10 Iron Fist ones or, 8 first appearances of Shang-Chi, and you've got them in a 9.4, an 8.5, an 8.4, and a 9.6. You're probably going to see some multiples out there too. You're like, I want the Shang-Chi. Like, well, which one? There's 5. It's going to be some. Do you want it in the 8.4, the 9.6, the 2, whatever it may be? There'll be situations like that, and we'll also be moving those in and around throughout the day. That's the thing to really keep in mind too, especially Saturday, guys, especially Saturday. That is going to be a busy day.
It's gonna be a long day.
Yeah, I honestly, that's going to be the true test of all of this, is how it's going to be a marathon. Normally people swap these things out, right? Like, even Theo, you've been a part of these big things with even the elite sales. There are hosts swapping them out. Theo's going to be standing and walking around. I mean, like, maybe he'll tap me in for a second while he's over writing things down at the same time, but we're both going to be working the entire time. I'll be organizing piles, setting things up to go up next, and pull things out and putting things in. Theo will be walking around. I'll have a stationary cam going at the bottom with the full view of all the books, all the things. And Theo will be going around for the close-ups and the conversation side. So this will be Friday.
So this will be the 26th and 27th.
Yes.
26th, I believe it's going to be like a half day. The 27th will be like a full day.
Yes, full day.
On Instagram, on my page, and on Phil's page.
And I really do think that we'll probably be starting the Saturday off, probably maybe around, I would even say possibly between 8 and 9 on Saturday Eastern time. So if you're out on the West Coast, that's 5 a.m. your time. Keep that in mind too. There's a lot of books to be moved. And while Theo and I,
you guys know I'm going to
sleep.
I'm going to push the limit on this one.
But yeah, it's going to be. It's going.
You guys know my taste in books. If you don't, check out my Instagram. You know my taste. You know what I'm going to be looking for and how I'm going to be doing. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. So fear not in that regard of the different kinds of things that will be coming through. But I mean, Judge Dredd, Dark Horse presents Spider-Man 99, Old Frankenstein, Brave and Bold's, Wonder Woman, so many Wonder Woman covers. First Spider-Man 2099 appearances, the 100. I'm just scrolling through some things, to DuckTales, to some reprints. I mean, there's like an Action Comics reprint in here. One of the like a 50-year anniversary one. This looks like near mint. Long Halloweens, Flintstones, D-Day, Chuck Norris, Spectre, Blue Bolt, Deadeye, Masters of Kung Fu, Sandman, Black Magic, GI Combat, Swamp Thing, Gru, Archie's, Captain Savage and the Leatherneck Raiders, Millie the Model. Dudes, guys, this is Atomic Mouse, Mighty Mouse, Captain America, Popular Comics, Star Wars Tales, Crime, Mystery, Headline Comics, Tales of Suspense, Huckleberry Hound, Rye, Valiant Comics. I'm just scrolling through stuff. Popular, Super Cat, High Adventure. It's stupid, and I'm still like not even at the quarter of the way through mark. So there's gonna be a lot of weird stuff, and it's gonna be a lot of cool stuff.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's good. I'm mostly a modern guy, so a lot of this stuff I'm learning too. I mean, yes, I have some keys of characters I got turned on to from modern comic reading, right? But when I started in comics, it was Jim Lee's X-Men in the 90s. And that led into Image when he left and went to Image, right? So that was where I cut my teeth. And that to me is my nostalgia. There's a lot of other collectors that are 100% in so much deeper than me and know so much, like our friend Jeff. Gosh, all the things he could tell you about Golden Age and comics, it's
Shout
ridiculous.
out to the guru.
And Danielle, she knows all kinds of stuff about. At any rate, we have a lot of very super knowledgeable friends, and Theo's one of my other super knowledgeable friends for me, which is the blessing of getting to know other people that know so much about these other areas in comics. And I go in there and I'm looking through this collection, and I'm like, I didn't know this existed. Like flying nurses.
Watch, guys. I'm gonna go there and be like, oh yeah, I know all this right now.
I never heard of flying nurses. I never knew of like and how hard those are to find. You just don't find them in the wild. It's
No,
there's just some books that as well too aren't super expensive, but aren't easy to find anymore either, especially in good condition. And a lot of these have not been seen except until the last 2 years from the time they were acquired. So there's been a lot of just waiting to be loved going down right now. So Legion of Paper, all the Valiants, I will 100% keep you in mind. There's definitely some in this collection.
I'm definitely picking up a short box or something.
There's definitely some in this collection. It's pretty crazy. And there's multiple.
Yeah, good question. When did the collection end?
The collection I believe ended in
2000?
No, I think it was before that. I do want to say the late 90s. It's definitely close, but
Late 90s? So Golden
I
Age.
think it was the late
90s?
90s. Yeah, because I see some Gen 13, I see some Wildcats, I see some mid to late 90s comics, some Valiants, some but we're not finding Ultimate Fallouts and things like that. That's not in here. This was stopped before that. There's no Edge of Spider-Verse. There's
no John Wick #1.
No John Wicks, nothing that I would say nothing in the last 20 to 20. I'd say nothing in the last 20 years at least, for sure. Maybe there's some early 2000s. Darren's going to be the know all of that, as well as Adam. And I'll ask, that's a great question, Ryan. But as far as what I can tell you from what I've experienced going out there, and I've been out there 3 times now, and getting to look around at things, I can't remember seeing much beyond the late 90s that wasn't recently acquired. Right. So for the last 2 years, this collection has been around, and Darren has been adding to this collection. Right. So there has been things added, but that's his PC that he's adding to this collection. So I wouldn't say any of those things that show up in here are going to be showing up in the sale unless Darren's decided that there is a better version of it out there and he's ready to move that copy of it or something. But I wouldn't plan on a lot of those.
Okay.
But hell, I've got tons of them. If you really want them, I'll bring mine.
What's the schedule going to be like? Selling alphabetical or random? Dealer's choice? Need to plan my toilet breaks, or should I get a cat?
Catheter.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing is, if it's on your phone, you can still sit on the toilet. We won't tell anybody. I mean, you don't have to turn your camera on for us.
I want to say it's probably going to be pretty randomized, but I have no doubt that once I get there and we kind of do our little critiques, I'll probably have it by era.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe we won't go alphabetical order, but we'll probably go by era. So like, here's some Golden Age, here's some silver, here's some bronze, here's some copper type thing.
There's so much of each. We'll probably have some area design.
How early is the collection?
Wall. Oh,
are you glitching?
So no, I'm just saying. I pause for myself because I'm thinking out loud. This isn't like a legacy collection kind of situation where it was just what was bought straight from the shop and goes in. His father made some obvious acquisitions for some of these things going back for the Golden Age books that are in there. You don't get a Superman 1 and not have a lot of other things from that area unless he went specifically for that to go back in time to it. But I would say probably very strong from the 30s and 40s on. I would say it's going back at least that deep. It definitely goes back a little bit farther, but those are the rare books that were acquired specifically by his father prior to him collecting and making the direct purchases from the shop himself. So I would say we're going to have some pretty early stuff in there, but it's going to be crazy. All Jim Lee and Todd Father, then you're in trouble, dude, because that could be boxes of comics. Be
careful what you wish for.
Be super careful if you want all Jim Lee and Todd Father, you call U-Haul because, like I said too, those guys were integral through the late and especially the 90s. And he definitely had a lot of 90s. So there's definitely some Jim Lee, definitely some Todd Father. There's definitely some cool shit, guys. Definitely some cool stuff. And there's probably we'll have to see when the next shipments are coming in from CGC. They're getting new shipments every single week. It's crazy.
You guys are savage tonight. You guys are savage.
If you won't piss, you're not cool unless you pee your pants.
That's right. If you're not committed, hey, you're not in the good club. Yeah.
And if you know that quote, kudos to you, because I am a big Billy Madison. Any
other questions before we wrap this up? Any other questions from the crowd? Swaggle House, always a pleasure, sir. Guys, make sure you check out Swaggle House's channel. Good homie, right?
Nobody follows Swaggle House. Nobody knows.
Well, we gotta help him out. If we don't shout him out, how's he gonna get more than 10 followers? For crying out loud! I mean, come on now.
Gosh. Actually, too, make sure you're checking out for his new indie comic. Are we going to be getting our copies soon?
Yeah, swag. I mean, your boy King and Rage over here. We like comic books too.
Oh man, we like to party and we like to read indies. I think it's time for an update. I think I need an indie update on how things are going. But yeah, it's there's stupid amounts of books. Silver Surfers, Hulk's Infinity Crusade, Mysteries in Space, GI War. Never heard of that. Greatest Adventure.
See, I've heard
Chamber of Chills. No. There's lots of more. Tick. I think there's an entire run of the Tick in here. Captain Atom. There's a lot of fun stuff, and there's also too. We did get to come across some of like those more like pulpy like magazines, like the old Vampirellas, Warren magazines, to the Eerie 1972 annuals. Those runs with Dracula Lives and Creep and Monsters Unleashed and Chilling and Horror Tales. There's gonna be a lot of those, and what's really cool with them too is a lot of them are pretty good. Some are in okay condition, but some of them are pretty good. We'll definitely be posting a lot of those in our posts. So make sure your alerts are on, not just for our lives, but have the alerts on for our posts, because there's going to be some pictures dropping before the live sale on Friday to give everybody a little bit of an appetite whetting when it comes to things that they can get immediately and throughout the entire weekend with their pictures, and not just on our claim sales. So
yeah, I want to say we have a few books ready.
Yeah, and that Chuck Norris book is kind of cool, dude. You might actually have a fight for that one.
There you go.
I didn't even know that existed. I'm just like, Chuck Norris has a comic. Like, if I could find a way to get that. Yeah, he does. This is Chuck Norris #1. If I could find an event that he's at and get that autographed. I mean, because
there's one that actually exists. I've seen it. It's like a 9.8 signed by Chuck Norris.
That would be dope. I mean, I'm not. I can't remember.
It's a newsstand.
Yeah, I am 100%. Yeah. Outer Space Babes. I've never seen that one.
Okay, Ryan, I can't even highlight that comment. Okay.
Oh, dude.
What he said. Yeah, what he said.
It's going to be a party. It's going to
be a good time.
Yeah.
But if anybody has any other questions, feel free to reach out to myself or Phil via Instagram, RageTheo, One True Nerd King. Like we said, turn on the post notifications, turn on live notifications, and this upcoming Friday and Saturday, we will be together in Michigan with the Fantastic Collection. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, a lot of live. A whole lot of live.
A lot of live.
Whole lot of live. Yeah, everybody, thank you so much for joining. Sincerely appreciate it.
Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah.
We're almost at 1K, guys.
Yeah, please please comment, please subscribe.
Can you like something? Can you guys comment already?
Like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate any of the three, but especially all three are our absolute favorites. At the end of the day, that's probably my all-time favorite, is having all three of those occur on this account. So
yeah, we're at 963. So what is that? 27?
27 to go. 27 to go.
Or is it 37? I can't even think right now. I think it's 37. It's 37.
Oh, it is 37.
It's 37.
Well, this is what happens when you give me a number and you know I haven't slept in 2 days.
You just blindly agreed to it. You see?
Well, guys, this is what it's like working with late nights with Theo, except at a convention. He's just like, we're going out. Okay. You're not tired yet, are you? No.
I'm almost there, guys. When we get to 1,000, we're going to do a pretty good giveaway.
Yes, very much so. And we've got a lot of cool comics to be able to choose from to make a cool little get for our community with that too, to look through to find something pretty freaking neat. So I'm excited for that. And of course we would be buying that to give to you guys. It's not that kind of a scenario, but it gives us one heck of a cool place of books to look through to find something really cool for that giveaway.
Thanks, bro.
You put the 7 in the right place. Yeah,
appreciate
that's about it.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Got to get in the right place once. That said, before we say anything that might lose the last few subscribers that we need to really make this happen, thank you so much for joining, dude. Theo,
appreciate you guys. Appreciate you.
I'm going to see you Thursday, bro. Maybe we should do something on Instagram tomorrow.
Yes, you will. Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah. See you guys live on IG tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. In the meantime, tell your mom I said hi.
Say, would you leave already?